Welcome to today's journey through history. The fall of the Roman Empire is a pivotal event that has left a lasting impact on our world. It marked not only the end of an empire, but the dawn of a new era that transformed the course of civilization. In this video, we will delve into the reasons behind Rome's fall, the mechanisms of its collapse, and the valuable lessons we can still glean from its dramatic downfall. Join us as we uncover the profound significance of this historical event and its enduring influence on our world today. The Roman Empire, once the most powerful state in the world, stretched from Britain to North Africa and from Spain to the Middle East, ruling over more than 60 million people. Its unmatched Roman engineering, law, and military power were a symbol of its glory. However, beneath this greatness, cracks had already begun to form. Managing such vast territories demanded enormous resources. The empire's borders were constantly under pressure, and maintaining order required armies, taxes, and a strong central government. Yet as the empire expanded, it became harder to govern, harder to defend, and harder to sustain economically. The intricacies of governing such a vast, expansive land put immense strain on the empire. With its expansion, the challenges of maintaining control and order grew exponentially. The need for armies to defend the borders, taxes to fund the empire, and a strong central government to oversee its vast territories placed excessive burdens on its resources. The pressures of governing such a vast empire had significant economic implications. The need to allocate resources to maintain order and protect its borders led to economic strain. As the empire expanded, the economic responsibilities became increasingly unsustainable. The infrastructure, military, and public services required vast resources that ultimately stretched the empire's economic capabilities to their limits. The Roman Empire's vast territories and expanding borders posed numerous challenges, making it harder to govern and defend. Sustaining such a colossal empire demanded substantial resources, and as it continued to grow, the strain on its economic stability became increasingly evident. In conclusion, the Roman Empire, once the most powerful state, faced numerous challenges as it expanded to maintain order and defend its vast territories. The economic strain of governing such a massive empire ultimately contributed to the cracks that formed beneath its once glorious exterior. During its peak, Rome faced numerous challenges that threatened its very existence. One of the most pressing issues was its struggling economy. Heavy taxation burdened peasants and farmers, pushing them further into poverty. As if that weren't enough, inflation weakened the value of the currency, making it harder for ordinary citizens to make ends meet. Trade routes, once thriving arteries of economic prosperity, became less secure, hindering the flow of goods and adding to the economic strain. Food shortages became a common occurrence, leading to hunger and desperation among the population. The corruption that ran rampant through politics only exacerbated these problems, as those in power prioritized personal gain over the well-being of the people they were supposed to serve. To make matters worse, the process for selecting emperors was deeply flawed. Instead of being chosen based on merit, emperors were often the result of power struggles. Within the military, between 235 and 284 CE, Rome plunged into a period known as the crisis of the 3rd century. More than 20 emperors rose and fell in quick succession, as civil wars drained resources and stability crumbled. Amidst this chaos, ordinary citizens lost faith in the empire's leadership. They watched helplessly as the fabric of society unraveled before their eyes, plagued by economic hardships, political corruption, and constant turmoil. The once mighty Rome found itself in a downward spiral with no clear path to recovery in sight. The crisis of the 3rd century serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of great empires and the importance of strong leadership and sound economic policies. Rome's downfall was not inevitable, but a result of the choices made by those in power. As we look back on this turbulent period in history, let us learn from the mistakes of the past and strive to build a more just and stable society for future generations. As Rome faced internal struggles, its external enemies grew more formidable. Germanic tribes, Huns, Goths, and Vandals all pressed against the borders of the Roman Empire, threatening its stability. To defend its territories, Rome increasingly relied on mercenary soldiers, non-Roman troops hired for their military services. However, these mercenaries often lacked loyalty to Rome and sometimes even turned against their employers. In the year 410 CE, the Visigoths, under the leadership of Alaric, stunned the world by sacking the city of Rome itself. This event was more than just a physical attack. It was a symbolic blow to the once mighty empire. The eternal city, long believed to be invincible, was now exposed and vulnerable to its enemies. Though the Roman Empire managed to survive for a few more decades, after this devastating sack of Rome, the psychological impact was immense. The people of Rome and the empire as a whole were left shaken and vulnerable, knowing that even their most prized possession was not untouchable. The image of Rome as an impregnable fortress had been shattered, and the empire's decline continued, as internal weaknesses and external threats became too great to overcome. Another major factor in the decline of the Roman Empire was the division of the empire. In 285 CE, Emperor Diocletian made the decision to split the empire into East and West in order to make it easier to govern. This decision had significant consequences for the future of the empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, which would later become known as Byzantium, experienced a period of growth in wealth and stability. Its capital in Constantinople became a center of commerce and culture, and the Eastern Empire was able to resist invasions and maintain a level of security. On the other hand, the Western Empire faced significant challenges. It was economically poorer, politically unstable, and heavily overextended militarily. As a result, the West was unable to effectively defend itself against invasions, and it eventually collapsed under the pressure. The culmination of the Western Empire's decline came in 476 CE, when the last Roman emperor in the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by the Germanic leader Odoacer. This event is traditionally marked as the official fall of the Western Roman Empire. The division of the empire and the diverging fortunes of the East and West played a crucial role in the decline of the Roman Empire. While the East was able to prosper and maintain its stability, the West struggled and ultimately fell, leading to the end of the unified Roman Empire. Although the Western Empire fell, Rome never truly disappeared. The Eastern Empire, the Byzantine Empire, continued for nearly 1,000 more years. Roman law, architecture, language, and culture shaped medieval Europe and, eventually, the modern world. The fall of Rome teaches us many lessons: that even the greatest powers can crumble from within, that economic mismanagement and political corruption can be as dangerous as foreign enemies, and that change often brings both chaos and opportunity. Rome's fall was not just an ending, it was also the beginning of Europe's transformation into the world we know today. The fall of the once mighty Roman Empire serves as a stark reminder that no power, regardless of its grandeur, is immune to internal strife. Rome's collapse was not solely due to external threats, but also stemmed from deep-rooted issues within its own governance and economy. The lessons learned from this catastrophic event continue to resonate with us today, highlighting the importance of addressing internal weaknesses before they lead to irreversible decline. Furthermore, the enduring legacy of Rome can be seen in the lasting impact of its language, laws, and architectural feats on Europe and the modern world. The Byzantine Empire, which rose from the ashes of the Western Empire, further perpetuated these influences, shaping the course of history for centuries to come. The echoes of Rome can still be heard in our legal systems, our buildings, and the very fabric of our culture. The fall of Rome was not just a conclusion, but a new chapter in the story of Europe's evolution. It marked a period of tumultuous change, where chaos and opportunity coexisted in equal measure. As the old order crumbled, new possibilities emerged, paving the way for the transformation of Europe into the diverse and dynamic world we know today. In conclusion, Rome's fall serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of power and the importance of addressing internal challenges. Its enduring legacy continues to shape our world, underscoring the transformative power of change and the resilience of human civilization. The lessons of Rome's collapse are as relevant today as they were centuries ago, offering valuable insights into the complexities of governance, economics, and human nature.